Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you. I hope you're well. Now, have you ever had a job that you've been putting off and putting off because you're absolutely dreading doing it? Well, today is one of them jobs for me. So yeah, today's the day. I've bit the bullet, I've come down to the garage and I'm going to attempt to fix the floor on my inflatable boat. So there's my problem. The floor is coming away from the tubes on the boat. I've shown you before, but this just showing it again for those of you that didn't see it in the last video. So in the last episode where I was trying to repair the boat, we put this patch on. It's now been 3 weeks. Roughly, yeah, 3 weeks since we did this repair, and I'm pleased to report that it's still holding air really well, but I haven't fully inflated the tubes to the correct pressure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fully inflate the tubes to the correct pressures all round on the boat, and we're going to see if this little bad boy holds up, because if this doesn't hold out, there's no point in me carrying on with the repair on the front of the boat. Just let it pump up and we'll check that puncture. I'm going to get some fairy liquid on my finger. Just a bit. Smother it all around the edges. You just need a little bit to make sure she ain't leaking. I can't hear no air coming out, so that's a good sign. Right, I've got some spray. What we're going to do, I'm going to spray all around it, make sure there's nothing coming out. Do you know what? I can't see nothing, no bubbles at all. She would be bubbling now if she was gonna. It's a pretty good fix, so I'm quite pleased with that. And now it's got a bit of air in it, all those little wrinkles have pulled themselves out, so job well done there. Right, let's get it off this trailer, turn it upside down, and I will show you exactly what we're dealing with here. Right, I'm on my own today, really no mates. So I've got to try and do this on my own. This should be fun. Oh my god. It's actually quite light, it wasn't too bad. But basically the floor is in 2 layers. So the floor, the 2 layers of the floor have separated, and then that is actually come away from the tube as well. There, look. But I have it on really good merit from Simon that I bought the boat from, that this has never had any repairs, and now I can actually work out what is going on here, because if you look closely at this material, the plastic coating, this plastic coating here, has actually pulled away from the fabric of the boat. So that's like a fabric, this is like a plastic. So the actual coating on the PVC has failed. It wasn't a repair at all. It was actually a failure from Onwave. So thanks for that, Onwave. Right, let's make a start. First of all, we've got to clean the area and sand it down. Right, so looking at this, I've sanded it now. If you look here, because of all these different layers, I'm going to try and stick those bits together and then stick that bit back to the tube. But because this is a lot of material, I'm not sure how well that glue is going to stick to that, because I've obviously failed before. Right, so you see here, I've got another strip of PVC that I've bought. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to stick this as best I can underneath so that that is stuck back down. I'm going to put that over the top of the whole lot, and hopefully this will stick perfectly to this bit here, and I'll cut it to shape to match in with this. I know it's grey, not blue, but that doesn't matter. Hasn't got to be a fancy repair, it's just got to be a good repair. Well, I'm going to start with some soapy water. I'm going to clean all the area around it as well so there's no contaminants. But it's quite gritty and sandy inside there. Let's give it a good wipe off. Clean it up. To be fair, it's not actually as bad as I thought. I think that patch should cover it. The only thing I'm worried about is whether the patch is going to stick to this rubber. I'm going to have to super sand that good. Really going to have to sand that good, because the rubber's stuck to this PVC, so in theory that PVC patch I've got over there should stick to this, but I might have trouble conforming it around the little groove, so I might have to try and sand it flat there. I don't know, let's have a go. Right, so what I'm going to do at one end of this strip, just going to use a WD-40 bottle. I'm going to draw a semicircle on the end, like so, and then I'm going to cut that round so it's got a nice round finish to it. The thing is, you don't want any sharp squared off edges that can catch. That should do, nicely rounded off, just so you've got no edges that can catch and flick up. We do not want this to come loose. So I've laid it out on the where it's going to roughly go, so this is what it's going to look like in the end. It ain't the prettiest, but hopefully that should solve the problem. So now with this end, we've got it about roughly 3 fingers width there, like that. So if we say we'll cut it off there, well, that's our length. Right, I'm super sorry I had to carry on and glue this without the camera because the battery bloody died on me. So what I've done, I've put the glue in all the little crevices. I've gone ahead and I've stuck it down. I've rolled it with the little roller, and now we just need to put that extra securing patch on the outside, and hopefully this does the job, because I just can't afford to buy another boat right now. Right, you'll probably be able to see I've drawn out the shape of the patch on the boat. So that is the area that we're going to sand. Let's get sanding. Well, I'm going to try and keep within the lines. I know you're supposed to put masking tape on here, but I've got some masking tape there, look, but it don't stick, it's not sticky enough. So I'm just going to have to try and sand this down as best I can inside the lines. This patch is going to take quite a lot of glue. I hope I've got enough left. I'm just sanding the grey area first, and then I'll do the blue section in a minute. So I have to rub this down. I'm going to try and flatten that off a little bit if I can, that rubber section. Right, that's the grey section done. Just got to do this blue section and this rubber bit. It's going to take me a while to sand that, I tell you. I'm sweating, boy. Just trying to work this middle knobble down on the rub straight, on the keel guard, whatever you want to call that, because it was sticking up more than all the others. I'm just trying to flatten it out a bit so that the patch can sort of lay a bit flatter over it. Okay, so what I've done on this edge, I've just basically, where the blue rub straight meets the grey, I've rubbed that edge down and got it as flush and as flat as I can get it. I could get it more, but I don't want to thin the material out too much. So I think I'm going to stop there. We're going to apply the glue, stick this patch on, and fingers crossed we don't have no more issues with this boat. It's done my head in, and I've had so much anxiety about doing this, and if I can do it, you can do it. Right, got the rib cleaner again, just going to wipe it over. Clean up the area. This is actually a rib cleaner and primer, so it's supposed to be like a primer to prime the area. And to be honest, when it's sort of dried off, it's got quite a sticky feel to it. So it does, like, I don't know, like melts it a bit, I don't know. So with a bit of persuasion, I've managed to make this masking tape stick. So I've masked the area up. Obviously now this is like the finished article, so I want to try and eliminate as much glue going on the bits that are going to be seen as much as possible. Bloody phone. Right, I've sanded the patch down. I'm just going to apply the glue. I'm putting plenty on around that seam. I know you're not supposed to put too much on, but I'm trying to fill that gap between the blue and the grey. Hopefully this will do the job. Right, that's the boat done. Let's do the patch. Right, it does say to leave it and put another coating on, so I'll do that. And then once I've put the second coating on, I'll get back to you and we will stick the patch on. Right, I've got the patch in the roller. Take this masking tape off now. I'm really putting nearly all my weight on this little roller. Trying to get in the little grooves of the rub straight. You don't want any water to be getting down behind there and weakening the repair. Just going to give you a close-up look of how it's turned out. There she is. I've tried to conform it to all the shapes of the other seams. Tried to like press it in those seams as best I could. There you go, she is not the prettiest. But it's not the worst I've seen, to be fair. Not too bad. I had so much anxiety about doing this repair. That's why you haven't seen this repair, because I was so stressed about doing it and failing and then having to buy another boat. But to be honest, I think we've salvaged her and she will live to see another day. So, on the 29th of June, I am definitely going to be there. I want to see all of you guys down at Poole. If you want the information for that, watch the video that I did on the invitation to the boat meet, and you can get all the information for the meet in the description of that video. So if you want to come along to that meet, we're hopefully, I'm fingers crossed, hopefully between 25 to 40 boats. If everybody's coming that says they're coming, all that leaves me to say is thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time you come along for the ride with Budgee. Take care, bye bye.